everybody, welcome to Educational Psychology. This week we're going to be talking about Chapter 10 from the Slavin text, Motivating Students to Learn. Today we'll be going over several different things. First, we're going to be talking about what is motivation. Then we'll switch into talking about mindset and Carol Dweck's theory of growth versus fixed mindset. We'll talk about some other theories of motivation, what affects motivation in the classroom, and what teachers can do to increase the motivation of their students. So what is motivation? Motivation is one of the most critical components of learning, but it's really difficult to measure. And that's because motivation is an internal process that we can't see, but that activates, guides, and maintains behavior over time. So we know that the intensity and the direction of motivation can really vary. It can vary person to person or even activity to activity. So a person who is really motivated about doing one activity may be less motivated about doing another activity. Individual differences in motivation also exist within people, in between them. There are several different sources of motivation. Somebody may be really motivated just as a characteristic of their personality and who they are, or it could be more intrinsic to the characteristic of the specific task. Additionally, people may be motivated by something that's extrinsic or outside of a task, such as a reward. So people don't necessarily always love going to work, aren't always super motivated, but because they're getting that paycheck, that extrinsic external reward to a task is what is driving them and motivating them to do well. Sometimes our students are like that. So sometimes maybe a student isn't super into a particular topic, but they're motivated by receiving a grade, motivated by the reward they may receive from their parents for doing a good job, or maybe, most ideally, they're motivated internally to do well on a task. So what makes a student want to learn? We know that motivation drives behavior. We want our students to be motivated because that will then drive their good habits of being a good student. So it will drive their behavior of studying, of participating in class, of doing their homework, and just doing overall generally well in the classroom. And it's important to note that everybody's motivated, so all students can be motivated, but they may be motivated by different things. So students, for example, can be motivated by socializing and that social attention piece. They may be motivated by watching TV. They may be motivated by doing their homework. So it's important to figure out what your students are motivated by so that you as the teacher can help build that into your lesson to make them want to learn and do well. We know that students who are motivated are able to use higher cognitive processing in learning, so get that deeper understanding of something. They're able to more easily absorb and retain more information when they're motivated. And students that are motivated are more likely to be able to take that learning that they have done in the classroom and transfer that learning to new situations. What is the teacher's job in all of this? Well, as a teacher, we want to discover what motivates the student and able to sustain their attention during class and sustain their motivation to learn new information and new skills, and overall keep students engaged in the classroom. We're going to talk about several different theories of motivation, but first we're going to talk about Carol Dweck and her work that she's done on fixed and growth mindset. So this information is not covered in your textbook, but I think it's really important to bring up because it it really rings true to me, and I feel like it'll really ring true to you guys when you think about your current students or future students, or even just the people you know in your life. So Carol Dweck is a psychologist at Stanford University, and she's done a ton of research on mindset and how what we think and how we feel can fuel our behavior and predict our success. So according to Dweck, a fixed mindset believes that a person's intelligence, character, and creativity are all static, so they never change throughout our lifetime. We're stuck at one place. That's it. So with a fixed mindset, success is a direct affirmation of a person's intelligence. So failure must then be avoided at all costs in order to carry on believing that one is smart and skilled. Conversely, a growth mindset believes that failure isn't proof of unintelligence, but that challenges and failures are opportunities to grow and develop. So Dweck's research has suggested that the type of mindset or view that you choose to embrace in your life can really affect how you live your life and what happens. So think about it. If you believe that you are who you are and your personality and your skills will never change, you're going to likely feel this unending need to prove yourself. However, if you believe that your skills and personality are capable of growth and change, you're going to actively seek to cultivate yourself through all of your experiences and what you go through. Dweck's research on mindset has implications for the classroom, learning, and academic achievement. In one study, Dweck and her colleagues looked at how people's brains function based on answering a set of difficult questions and receiving feedback. Those with a more fixed mindset only seemed to be interested in hearing feedback that directly reflected their current existing ability. Those with a fixed mindset did not listen to information that could help them learn from their mistakes and improve. However, those with a growth mindset wanted to hear the feedback that could increase their present knowledge and skills. Those with a growth mindset were more concerned with learning, whereas those with a fixed mindset were more concerned with getting answers correct. And this idea has direct implications for students in the classroom. Should students be concerned only with getting answers correct, or should they be concerned with the process of learning in general? There's been a lot of debate over this. Many people agree that learning and that constant growth should be the main goal. In another study, Dweck and her colleagues gave teenagers 10 challenging problems. After the teenagers completed the questions, half of the students were praised for their ability, and the other half of the students were praised for their effort. Praising students for their ability encouraged them to adopt a fixed mindset. In the next phase of the study, researchers offered them a choice between a task that they could learn from or a task that they would definitely be able to complete. This group refused to take the challenge that they could learn from. The other half was praised for their effort instead of their ability. And in this group, 90% of students chose the challenging task that they could learn from. This poses an interesting dilemma for teachers. So often, culturally, we're prone to commenting on intelligence or skill as the determining factor of success, and that is what students learn. However, if teachers praise effort, research suggests that students will be more likely to step out of their comfort zone and risk failing, which ultimately can lead to more meaningful learning. These next slides are taken from East Stroudsburg University, and these are short but sweet steps to develop a growth mindset. So you could either apply this to your own life, or you could think about how you could cultivate growth mindsets in your students' lives, since we see from research that growth mindsets are really the ones that encourage continual growth and learning throughout life. The first step of developing a growth mindset is the mantra, learn, learn, learn. So with a fixed mindset, the idea is that you want to look intelligent at all costs. So you just want to show others how good you are. Whereas with a growth mindset, you realize that learning is the most important piece, more important than grades or anything else. It's really the experience of expanding your mind. The second step towards cultivating a growth mindset is to realize that hard work is key. With a fixed mindset, people generally think that learning should come naturally. So they might say to themselves, when I have to work really hard on a subject, I don't feel very smart, or if I have to put in any effort, then I'm just not good at it and I'm not going to try. Whereas with a growth mindset, one would think that putting a lot of effort into learning and working hard is key. So the harder I have to work at something, the more effort I put into something, the better I'll be at it in the end. And realizing that continual growth and continual hard work is what's going to get you to the highest level of achievement possible. The third step towards cultivating a growth mindset is how you face setbacks. So with a fixed mindset, setbacks like mistakes are hidden or concealed. Others are blamed. You act superior. So for example, if you make a mistake on a math test, you decide you're just going to spend less time on math from now on, or not take math ever again, or maybe even try to cheat on the next test to appear that you are doing better than you are. Whereas with a growth mindset, if a mistake is made, you capitalize it and confront your deficiencies. So say to yourself, I'm going to work harder in class from now on, or I'll spend some more time studying for the test, and realize that even though you set that initial setback, you can grow and develop more skills to be able to be more successful in the future. So this is the last slide that we're going to look at for this particular chunk of the video. And it's just a nice graphic that encapsulates what each mindset is all about. So with growth mindset, I can develop my abilities. Challenges help me grow. Feedback is constructive. Effort is necessary. And with a fixed mindset, either I can do it or I can't. I stick to what I know. I don't like receiving feedback. If I'm frustrated, I give up. Very black and white. There's a supplemental video provided for you guys below this section of the video in the module. You are welcome to watch it. It's really great. It's actually Carol Dweck herself talking about growth mindset and the research that she's done, as well as some implications for the educational system. Once you're done watching that video, pick back up with the next video of the lecture.